Facebook Live. Welcome, Jarvis Jeffries, Terrence Smith. We got we're breaking some news. It ain't breaking news, I guess, anymore. It happened earlier today, but we're just now able to get to you to talk about it. And the breaking news is, or was, that the Jets made the trade for Davante Adams. And I want to talk about, well, we want to talk about it briefly. Like, what does that mean for the New York Jets now? And I hate to start the show about that because I wanted to really talk about the reason why they lost to the Buffalo Bills. But I mean, like instantly, not even I was gonna say 24 hours. I'm gonna say 12 hours. Not even 12, just barely 12 hours. A little over 12 hours. They instantly make a move and they go for Davante Adams and the Bills. I'm gonna say like an hour later, if that, made their counter move and they traded for Amari Cooper. So we've got that breaking news in the AFC East, a division that was pretty boring because I got the AFC North the best in the conference, and I've got the NFC North being the best in the NFL in the entire league, and I predicted that as the season started before the season started.
Yeah.
The Bears are 4-2 and they're at the bottom of the NFC North. But as far as the AFC, it's the North. And with Tua being out and the Bills being up and down, and as Terrence would say, not tough or tough enough, the AFC East and the Patriots are on the clock. I mean, like the AFC East really has been looking like a dud.
Yeah.
So, hey, and the Jets have looked mediocre, overhyped, as I've said. But now, the Tay Adams is a Jet. We knew it was going to happen. And it did happen, though. We knew it, but in the back of our minds, we're like, T, what if he mess around and does go to, another team? What if he does go to Washington? What if he does go to, Buffalo? Because if he went to Buffalo, oh my God. But Buffalo says, all right, I'll do you one. We couldn't get him. That's where he wanted to go. Cool. But we'll get Amari Cooper, and we think we're just fine. We just beat you without him. I don't know, Terrence. So let's talk about that, man.
Yeah.
Bills and Jets in a chess match today. The Bills now have Amari Cooper. Shortly after, the Jets got Davante Adams. We ain't gonna waste any time talking about why the Jets lost. We saw the game. If everybody watched it, go with your opinion. Go with your own imagination on what the Jets were at 2-4 last night, and then ask yourself, what are they now that they've added and acquired Davante Adams? Terrence, how you doing?
Yeah.
And explain.
Hey, I'm doing good. Listen, I will. I can't say that they're not better. Um, because strangely, I do. I'm very disappointed in somebody that we don't talk about a lot on the show. But I just got to call this person's name. Had they not made this trade, Jarvis, I was actually going to interrupt your show me what you got this week and put this person on there. But I am thoroughly disappointed in Mike Williams. I held Mike Williams in very high regard. As a matter of fact, Mike Williams is the reason why I picked the Jets during our uh, preseason show to win the AFC East. But he has been pretty much absent. I don't know if he's still injured because he was injured late in the season with the Chargers, or if him and Aaron Rodgers just can't figure it out. The offense is not a good fit for him. I don't know what the issue is. I'm sure he'll speak on it once his time there is up, which could be pretty soon. But Mike Williams has been an utter disappointment. If he's playing even remotely to his capability, they don't need Davante Adams. This trade doesn't happen. Uh, so with that being said, insert Davante Adams where Mike Williams has been, and they have to be better just by default. So yeah, absolutely, they got better.
Okay. Now, when you say that, T, how better? I mean, like, we were on the verge of saying their season is about over. Now,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, to make it easier for you to answer that question, let me give you their schedule, the remaining schedule. And I think this will probably change your mind. I just want to make sure I still have. Um, uh-oh, my Audacity as well. Okay. You can still see me though, T. We're good, right?
Yeah, I can still see you. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So, uh, my question to you: what do you think about this team now? Now that they've added Davante Adams, and here's the remaining schedule for them. Now they're here. We go. They've got Week 7 at the Steelers, Week 8 at the Patriots, Week 9 Texans, Week 10 at Cardinals, the Colts Week 11, and a bye Week 12. Steelers, Patriots on the road, Texans at home, Cardinals, Colts bye. The Texans, that looks like the only loss. The Steelers could be a loss too.
Yeah,
But it looks favorable. Then Week
very.
13, Seahawks at home at the Dolphins. We don't know what the Dolphins got going on right now. Don't look like much of anything. We'll see if Tua's back by Week 14. Week 15 at the Jaguars, Rams at Bills, Dolphins again.
That's got to be the easiest schedule. That's got to be the easiest remaining schedule.
And what you said.
That's got to be the easiest remaining schedule. I don't think anybody's schedule is easier than that.
And that's pretty damn favorable for them now. And them making this trade right now. Tell me where the Jets stand then at 2-4. How do you see them finishing that schedule right there with him now? And what happens to them postseason then? Because it looks
All right,
like
who do we have over there? We still have Buffalo, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Jets are still going to win it. The Jets are still going to win that division.
Ain't that something? I'll be damned.
Yep, they are still going to win the division.
It sounds like you could be right. Before I get into what the Bills just did, we talked about it, but we got to talk about it. Let me say this about the Jets, just for a second, if I must. Okay, yeah, we get it. Davante Adams is traded to the Jets, but this is a team to where I've heard Aaron Rodgers throwing his teammates under the bus again instead of taking accountability of his own play, and it's been a little bit terrible. Let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers have not been at his best. He's not been good. I have not seen the Aaron Rodgers that I saw from 2021 and beyond. 2022 was a team that didn't look good, and he didn't get in the postseason, and he didn't beat the Detroit Lion team. That's all they had to do to get there at home. Yes, it was cold outside, but that shouldn't have favored the Lions. The Lions were telling us then they were coming, but Rodgers didn't take care of them. Then he goes to the Jets, and he gets hurt. He didn't play in 23. Rodgers hadn't looked good. Just want to say that. With that being said, there was other things. He looked all right last night, but there were other reasons why this team lost. Too many penalties. The defense, if you notice, had some cracks in it. Now that Robert Saleh is fired, yeah, that did happen. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Davante Adams traded to the Jets. How good is the team now? I would say this. They'll win some games. They will. But that's because, they added Davante Adams, and they ran the ball more on Monday Night Football. Running the ball more on Monday Night Football tells me that, hey, man, they realize they need to take the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands so much. He's had too many damn pass attempts. And the running game isn't that bad. I think the run blocking for that offensive line is much better than it is pass protection. Aaron Rodgers has been taking some shots. He's been taking a beating. He got hit a lot last night as well. When he got sacked,
Yeah.
one-on-one coverage for the offensive lineman, they were losing them. So, again, this is the Jets before Davante Adams. So it sounds like what I'm trying to say is they have other pieces missing. And Davante Adams doesn't solve everything.
Oh.
It's a flashy move. It's a flashy acquisition. And yes, it looks good and it sounds good. But we got to watch it and we got to see. Because of the schedule, they're going to win some games. No need me lying. I was going to say that the Jets are going to miss the playoffs. Now that they went ahead and done this, like most people thought they would, it's happened. They definitely can make the playoffs, and I've seen the schedule. No need me to cap. I just gave you the schedule. It's pretty damn easy. Okay? One loss. The Texans could be the only loss in that whole thing. Maybe
Right.
they could lose at Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could lose at home to Seattle, but I doubt Seattle comes in there and beats them. If Tua doesn't come back, they could win both of those Miami games, and they'll probably beat the Bills the next time because they actually should have won Monday night. They
I
got it
actually
down.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ran the table.
They could run the table. But when they do, this is what I see. This is what I say. Uh, how can I say this? Aaron Rodgers, especially. I will say this: the Jets are not a Super Bowl team, even
No.
though they're this and they're going to run the table. They're going to be probably what I expected: 10-7 at best, maybe 11-6 now. But remember, they're already 2-4. They've already lost 4 games. They can definitely run the table, or they won't lose any more than 3 games. And I'm gonna say maybe 2, at 2 that they will lose at best for the rest of the season. With that being said, Tay Adams to the Jets, he is huge for the team, but Aaron Rodgers especially, because he needed his ass. We can tell he needed Davante Adams. It doesn't solve all the problems. Hassan Reddick has been granted permission to seek a trade from the Jets, so he won't be there. They could use him right now, okay? But I think he's probably going to be a Detroit Lion.
He should be.
He should be. He should. And look, thoughts and prayers to Aiden Hutchinson. That was bad. What happened for him? That's my Super Bowl team in the NFC. I got them representing the NFC in the Super Bowl, and he hurt their chances significantly by going down in that Dallas debacle of a beatdown that we'll talk about in a minute. But because of that injury, that's where Reddick probably goes. The Jets need him though. What if they had him too? What if he comes to the defense, Davante Adams comes to the offense? Oh
Right.
my God. But he's not there. And because of things like that, I just can't see them going that far. I mean, let's be honest. Put them in the playoffs right now. Put them in the playoffs right now. I'm going to tell you this. Everything that people are saying right now, all the excitement, all the it's over with. You see the schedule. He's here. Here we go. Jet fans, I hate to bust your bubble. But I'm going to say this, and it's going to F you up. In 2021, Jimmy Garoppolo. If you want to hear something funny, this is hilarious. In 2021, Jimmy Garoppolo came into Lambeau Field and beat Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams and the Packers in the freezing cold in the playoffs and eliminated you guys. He also did it in 2019 at home, and he only handed the ball off to a running back I don't know how many times with 8 pass attempts. Should I keep going? What I'm trying to say is, what the hell are we so damn excited about? They ain't won shit. What are we so damn excited about? Do you think they're going to beat the boogeyman if they run up against them in the playoffs? Do you think they're going to beat Lamar Jackson if they run into him and the MVP candidate possibly, Derrick Henry, who we're going to get into a little later on in the show, if they run into them in the playoffs? I'm not even sure if they'll beat. No, I'm not going to say I'm not sure. I know they're not going to beat C.J. Stroud if he runs into Stroud and them boys in H-Town. They're not going to beat them either. I'm not even sure if they'll beat Justin Herbert and the Chargers, because people ain't paying attention to it right now. But Harbaugh's going to do what he always does when he gets to a team his first season. He will overachieve his first few seasons. And you're not even going to see it coming. You're going to look up in December, early January, and say, damn, the Chargers could actually run the table here. That's what they'll do. They'll be in the divisional round or the championship game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I promise you that. I bet you that. But anyway, who can they beat in the AFC? Aaron Rodgers, Davante, who can they beat? The Steelers? Maybe the Steelers. But then again, I heard Russell Wilson is practicing right now with the starters, so I don't know. You better watch out. They only scored 9 points in Denver against the Broncos. Who am I supposed to beat? Who are they? Who is afraid of them? Like, who are they going to really knock off in the AFC? He made a mistake, in my opinion, by going to the AFC, to the Jets, because it's pretty deep over there. And, it just is. I don't see them getting past the top 3 or 4 teams in that division. So, yeah, they will run the table. They will go 10-7, 11-6, and make the playoffs, and they'll get bounced the first playoff game. but they have to make it right for Jets fans and give them some entertainment because they so well deserve it. But as I told people last year when they traded for Aaron Rodgers, what do you expect from this? The Jet fans should just be happy to make the playoffs and win a playoff game since they hadn't done that in like 14 years.
Right.
That's what I said. It shouldn't be high expectations, Terrence, but it is. But anyway, I'm done with that. That's my take. Terrence gave his take on the Jets. I ain't, look, it's a good move for them. Aaron Rodgers definitely got his buddy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting a little bit. But Aaron Rodgers is an average man, not a bad man. That's what I see now. And even though he's adding him, and Garrett Wilson is now a number 2, people told me last year that Garrett Wilson was a number 1, and they didn't need Davante Adams. Aaron Rodgers got Davante Adams now. He got Nathaniel Hackett last year, Randall Cobb, Lazard, everything and everybody he asked for, he has it. Aaron Rodgers, this is it. I told you a few weeks ago when I did this episode by myself, I just broke the news, and I wanted to say that after they fire Salah, you can fire Salah, whoever you want to fire. When you get done, somebody's going to have to point the finger at you.
Yep.
Because
that's true.
You were not really living up to the expectation that they thought you would do with this team and this roster. All right, Terrence.
That's very true.
Amari Cooper went to the Buffalo Bills, bro. Right after that happened. The Bills just beat the Jets last night on Monday Night Football. Do you think? Well, how do you see the Buffalo Bills now with Amari Cooper? And we're gonna get out of here. We just wanted to break this news, but the AFC East.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy things where people forgot how good Amari Cooper is, and the crazy thing is that he's been playing over there with mainly mediocre quarterbacks in Cleveland, including Deshaun Watson, and now you're going to see him with Josh Allen, and people got to deal with Buffalo again now. I thought that Buffalo's main weakness was their receiver position, and now they're about to get, and who in my opinion is a very solid receiver. I don't think he's top 10 anymore, but he's good enough to play like a top 10. He can play above his level because he can do everything. He can blow by you. He can get open. He's got great hands. And then the scramble drill is where I fear it most because Josh Allen is I think Lamar is a better player, of course, but I think the scramble drill going downfield, Josh Allen is probably better than anybody. Maybe him and Mahomes. And I think that's where Amari Cooper will be more dangerous.
Gotcha. Okay. So where do you see the Buffalo Bills going now versus what you thought about them earlier?
I can see them in the playoffs. Yeah, I can see them in the playoffs. But I still think the Jets are going to win the division. It's just funny that both of these teams made trades the night after they played, and they're in the same division. But I can still see the Jets winning the division, Buffalo maybe coming in second, and still being a fringe wild card team.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That's it. Cooper makes the Bills offense better.
Absolutely.
I was impressed with what I saw from Josh Allen so far without D and without what's the other guy's name? I'm sorry. He's a Jaguar now.
Yeah, we forget his name. He's not important, but I know you're talking about
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis, yeah.
But for him to and now do what he's doing with Shakir is one of his favorite targets now out of the slot and moving around a lot. Now that you've got Davante Adams there, plus what they've been doing already, James Cook was out last night on Monday Night Football. He'll be back. The Bills seem pretty dangerous, and I think that they'll go further than the Jets when we're talking about postseason because their quarterback still can play ball. Aaron Rodgers
very well could. Yeah.
He cannot do the things that he used to do anymore. And like I said, good luck. I hope it was fun. I hope you enjoyed. It's gonna be a good, good fall for them, a good winter for them. But it'll unfold real quick.
You got to keep your eyes on Buffalo. You got to keep your eyes on Buffalo.
You have to. So we're gonna wrap this show up, Terrence. I know you've got something going on live. You got
yes, sir.
An event going on. I just want to ask you one more thing. What does this mean now next for D-Hop? That you're seeing these teams who are tapping out for the season, trading away their good players. Do the Titans trade D-Hop now? Where does he go?
The Titans aren't smart enough to trade him and get something for him. He'll stay in Tennessee. They're idiots over there. They have not shown me they can do anything with any competence.
You're right about that. They have not. But now with Rand Carthon there, I'm gonna say that they're gonna trade him to the Kansas City Chiefs or maybe to an NFC team that could use him. The Green Bay Packers. I don't know.
Looks like
Um,
the Cowboys could use him.
the Dallas Cowboys could use him, but that don't fix the Cowboys' problems either. Kind of like what the
No.
Jets just did. There's more
Yeah.
issues, a few more anyway. And I
Right.
think that I just can't see in a wild card game. I couldn't see Sean Payton getting out coached by an interim head coach with the Jets if they played the Broncos, and that's just the Broncos. You know, I don't think he'll
Right.
out coach Jim Harbaugh. I don't think he'll out. You see what I'm saying? So.
Right.
How
Right.
far can they go with an interim head coach? I don't know. We just wanted to break that news. Nick Ely will be back with us when we come back with the full episode later tonight. We'll have it released by in the morning, by tomorrow. We got a lot more to talk about with Week 6 and previewing Week 7 and some NBA news. Well, I wouldn't say big NBA news, but a few things that we want to talk about to get ready for the season. Thank you, T. We're going to get out of here. And that was the breaking news, though. Yes. Davante Adams is a Jet, and Amari Cooper is a Bill, and the AFC just got interesting again.
Absolutely.
All right. We out.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
For sure.